Who do the Jets play? They play Detroit. And what are they famous for out there in Detroit? Deep dish pizza. And guess what we're making today? We're making Detroit style deep dish pizza. Every day cooking, Dad. Cooking every day. All right, here's our ingredients. I'll have everything listed below. It's not much. So we got our 2 pizza doughs. We bought this from the supermarket, already made. Now the key when you buy the supermarket dough is it's cold. So you really have to let it sit out for a little while and warm up and almost double in size. So we're going to get it out the bag and we're going to make it into a nice smooth ball. Just keep tucking under, just like how you see them do in the pizza shop. So you got a nice little ball. All right, we got that one done. We're going to go ahead and do the other one. We got these both done. We're going to go ahead and put them in a bowl, an oiled bowl. Just go with some olive oil, just so they don't stick. Now make sure you have a big enough bowl, because these are going to like almost double in size, but not quite double, but they're going to get bigger. But you really have to let them warm up to room temperature. So just find a nice warm spot in the house to let these sit. And now that this bowl is nicely oiled up, go in with your pizza dough. And now while we let these sit, it's time for a couple of games of Madden. I let these sit for like about 4 hours almost. When 4 hours went by, that's when they look like this. So they're almost double in size. One of them is got bigger than the other. But this is what we got. So now flour the surface of your board and your hand. Make sure you get your hand, because when you go into this dough, you don't want it to stick all over you. So, the Jets lost last week to the Buffalo. Again, they just come up short. But you know what? We got Detroit this week. They're up and coming. The Jets are up and coming. So hopefully we take this one down, because these are playoff implications now. Meaningful games in December. That's what we wanted. Meaningful games in December. And that's what we got. So we take our 9x13 pan, and we're going to oil that up. And we're going to put the dough inside. But when you mold your dough, just push from the edge. Don't push from the center. From the edge out. I wish I would have tore this off a little bit more in a rectangle, but we didn't. Now, normally this is done with some kind of special pan, I guess like from a motor oil pan. I didn't have that, and I wasn't going to buy one. So I just went with this 9x13 non-stick pan. I think I picked that up for like $6 out of the supermarket or Walmart. So get this really oiled. Where there's a will, there's a way. You improvise. So we got this nicely oiled up. And then in we go with our dough. In we go with our dough. I like that. So we're going to get this all spread out. Again, guys, from the outside, push in from the corners. You don't want to rip the dough. Now, don't forget, we're going to let this rise one more time. Just maybe like 10 minutes. So we're going to let that rise. We're going to cover that up with the towel. And then we're going to get started on our sauce. Now we just used a can of peeled tomatoes. And we're just going to give these a nice squeeze in between our hand. Now we're not heating this sauce up. We're not making tomatoes sauce for pizza. So we're just going to do this cold. So squeeze everything up nice. And then we're going to go in with our sugar and our salt. Nice squeeze. We want it kind of chunky. Now, Detroit sauce is a little sweeter than like a New York or New Jersey sauce. Those sauces are a little bit more savory. So now that we got these all crushed up, we got 1 tablespoon of sugar. And then a half a tablespoon or so of salt. And then with Italian seasoning, about a tablespoon. Most important thing is just get that roughed up in between your hand. You know, get it a little activated. Try and get as much flavor out of that dry seasoning as we can. And a nice little stir. Just a quick taste. Make sure we're on track. And we are. And then in with our crushed red peppers. Just for that little kick of heat. Not too much. Just a little. And our sauce is done here. So we're going to move on to our pepperoni. Now, I got the more expensive pepperoni. You know, just upgrade the flavor a little. So there we go. Our pepperoni's all prepped. Our dough is risen just ever so slightly. And give it a little push out to the corners. Not from the center, right from the edge out. Now don't forget, this is going to rise as we cook. It's going to almost double in size. So in with our cheese. I know it's hard to see. White dough, white cheese. But we're going in heavy. And make sure you kind of get up against the edge. Because that's part of the Detroit style. That little crispy edge on the pizza. All right, so we got all our cheese on. And now we're going to go ahead and go down with the sauce. Now, they don't put the sauce on top of the dough and then put the cheese, like how New York pizza is done. They put the cheese on top of the dough and then put a line of sauce. So that's what we're going to do. So we got that down. We got our second row done here. And then now we're going to go ahead and go on with our pepperoni. Now guys, you got to turn your oven up as hot as it goes. My oven goes up to 500. So that goes in the oven for like 20 minutes, 15 minutes. And I put mine on the bottom rack. I actually had to went 13 when I looked at it. I went 13 minutes in my oven, but your oven will be different. And guys, here's our little flyover. It's looking good. It smells good. But we're not done yet. No, no, no. We're going to go ahead and get this out of the pan. Now we got to go around the side because it does stick ever so little. You know, because you got that burnt cheese. So we're going to get this out of the pan. Doesn't feel like it's going to break or anything. It's nice, thick dough. Well, pizza. All right, so we got it out the pan. And there's our crispy edge of cheese. This corner slice here is for me. Small little tiny cheese pull there. Look how that sauce is just dripping off. Guys, this came out good. And this is really easy to make. On a scale of 1 to 10, with buying the dough from the supermarket, this is an easy one. This is a 9.5. Easy schmeezy. Guys, please like, subscribe, and take a look at these other videos I'm putting up there for you. Every day cooking, Dad. Cooking every single day.